Fast forward, you need to come over channel you so. Channel so I'm saying how say geopolitics avenue in more cover. And any idea Udi Kanya share me or house here and subscribe to the channel, hit notification bell, share now for friends to answer into me could be. And idea Mahambras you more writing Simon. Kwaku anan na menoka say with regards to plane crash no. Papa etimi ambiki holder of revelations tribute ambiki accusations afodoa onwa ehun bi hia say me no me no yehu nsema papa e kan so scary yemo wana so ye nyina yenim Kwaku anan etimi of CTV Ghana yemo wana so ye na inti papa ne no masem ni nso yemfam aba.
And the way and they say and the business deals, fraud business deals in every room, information about Addo son. But you see, the Igbos in Ghana not thought that this helicopter crash way will allow it to clouds that your friend saying the storm, whatever they call it, this rising tide. No, we will not allow this issue, even though the whole nation we are mourning, but we will not allow them to have their space. No, we will not. No matter, even if they are parts of this conspiracy move, we will not allow them. Because we want to tell every Ghanaian, say, listen, let's clear the system. Let's ensure, say, Charlie, we cannot go to bed. Then at the back of our minds, we are thinking about this, tomorrow that. Nina, sube come na beko question. Why don't we get our ass together once and for all? But before we move into full flight, we move into full flight of our show. We pause once again to pay tribute to our 8 fallen heroes whose tragic death occurred last week on what has now become known as Black Wednesday. Having said this in the name of what I call the dirty, underline the word, the dirty, we must express our deepest disappointment at the uncultured, underline this word too, dirty, uncultured, and uncivilized, uncultured, and what? Uncivilized politics on display. A group of elements within the opposition New Patriotic Party chose to take to social media to celebrate the passing of these 8 souls, treating their death as some sort of divine reward for their party. Then a bit me ayare who say, Ibisam. Dear in a bit me ayare who say, Enuna Kwaku, fiti memrim, maka no ma bi sunu no ogina wirem wo. Asam kro oye fantinio anomano asam kro wa ka na migusu ameka no se wo na wa bibi sase enti politics ben ya na moye omukrom ha sa politics we eye hu ama kire so ama enti atrencha mo etisa nipa da seni betimi ebegina monten se ani o eye de eye hoahoa na ye nimpo so na empo accident we esimesi bentin we ena ne ye hwehwe no se enti won ko hyem no nwu ebei o za asem we de bia meka hom huhum bone ne huhum fia eye beye huhum a etitititi nipam na mo de abetena o manima ni na ye sunsun fia edi o mani nya meko ka mo so no Kwaku nka na za me ma me nka na za bahu mo politics e fun we 33 years mo bibi papa bi be ya mo manya nchama ye deda MPP ni NDC am gina mo so all the time. You're dirty, you are despicable. Look at this group of guys, elements within MPP. As some you have taken this to social media money aje. Emma munyanya. Entenipo ba kubi kra na mo hwehwe nso nkoka ho. Enim guase for. Monima guase. Ye obeti dini buom. Monima guase. Wonyame tumi enhyema se. In trouble free we are say na munye nipa. Because one thing else Samotias say, yeah, devoid of this your dirty politics, we need Ghana. Ghana is our home. Forget about your politics. Baby. Why must you invoke this dirty politics way to the brink, sir. No. Now, your politics have eaten so much into you, sir. The acrimony, the setbacks, the roadblocks, the enviness, and what I cannot fathom. I mean, it's so stupendous. I can't get my head off. Sir, politics made to me a same one. I just said, ne. Hey, and then I say, aircraft in a course. We should agree, say, yeah, and so we are not far from right. Say, yeah, there's a whole lot of what conspiracy plot. Now, my is answer. Why? Are they? Any pana who show my new so on my penny no wa. You better saw my penny na Japadi na dia bro. Maybe so. Maybe some of these MPP rots, ragamuffins, stupid fools. Maybe some on my penny John Mahama. It is all who we are nani Akuffo be free MPP. Near nebedi adiamana ye. And more dwene. And ye juma. You speak just a ut me so me a more sifo and more nyamwo and more asifo. And I am shocked. Why the institution, the state security, national security is sitting and watching them displaying this naked evil. Ghanaians, aren't we scared? No. By the way, some who play politics new to the gutters. What about those of us who don't want to belong to this your useless politicking? Why? Can't we also have some decency and some decent life to live? Must we follow this your dirty MPP NDC stuff? Guys, Ghanaians, let's raise the bar. Take a listen to this group of MPPs displaying their lunatics, their lunacy, their despicable thing, rogues and scavengers, all at the brink of what? In the name of politics of the MPP versus NDC. Guys, take a listen to this.
And I may expect some coca home. Sour bossy a MPA will be dear now. Wojina ye. Shata yatua berry. What's the change out the force of bed just a worry? Equafa won't call our boys about Momo Boots MP. About NPP Nino. Mutuation is sent you mutuation and a quatin, I didn't rea and in second, so now yes. If I report to the DIC and I'm going to say, yes. Fancy, now when you say but one answer, the answer is so more. The local scale in Amofa 128 into Sumama. 128 in Baba. When they are money sale to say bam. What is that first? No, in Akuffo fan of war to the Tambata Kufa. I saw the last mama and Akuffo, and Akuffo didn't ask a man. Yeah, to me, echo life, see a life. Or being so trick and blessing and was a better than I mean soon, a better than I mean the listen, I know the other Nadia, I know the other Senate, I know the other idea will be Woodia, and the other sees for your pa, yeah. Now, of us in a car was here free.
Ye be kuna kuni bi won krofo metimi afesi NDC for squarely That is what I mean. Me person NDC for. Omuhu. Nkwasi asem ni John Mahama Juma awodi. Juma yeso ye di wo mo e wo papa. Na sa plane crash ni be make sure say Mahama ye be kuno. Me akosu adolo of na America. Mahama ye be kuno akuni biem. Na ono de kokoo boto na ye de ni be hyem. John Mahama kokoo boto. Ene ye de ni be hyem ni akekere ano ni ato atwe. Ye be kire mu pa. Won kwan ye fa so a mo se kokoo boto mu no. Mahama ye de ni be se fertilizer boto mu. Ye be kumo afi na ma wie ye Mahama so be wu. Obewu ye be make sure say ye kuno. Etwa ne yiriti. Ade agya ye de be ye Mahama. Asojafo no de ne sa aka.
Yes, Ghanaians, I'm sure so what's in the clear. Well, I've spoken to some security top officers, and I think so all of these people must be arrested within the time now before the week will end. More particularly, Sir Irano. All right? Nanche Obadie, Chamefisa Wokra, dear Sabri Wena, Woya Obanum, and Yoma say na Abano. Ah? Wabadaye Abba, with whom bro Abba. Ghana na any charge war. Yes, sir. We Uba Bekan, what can I say? Oh, to because Galam saying what's them. NPP phone to me in town, me blame me and this money under me quick my watch. NDC forcing to me in pointing hands, NPP. It's all about you guys. 33 years. And the muddy son, some phone or gun, how many yakin and what to my tremor. Abra Akuffo de Baba Condemning see. By the way, Mahama by how many months, how many days, weeks, months? 1 year in Pundria. At the end of Mahama, why? No, forget about devoid of all our criticisms. That, for Ghanaians. Let's face our fact. What is it that President John Dramani Mahama, why to deserve this thankless moment of this insult to the extent of Babesia, and bedroom can come out in a national space and declare that the commander-in-chief of the security services should be what? Decapitate national security. Up to you. I dare you people to get this woman arrested. And let's get this goddamn ass humiliated. Very well. Let's get this goddamn ass humiliated in the public. Some of us will take exception from this. What kind of nonsense is that? And in the name of your MPP, Ukum President Mahama, we are the rest of Ghanaians in the AM5, Yanko Widemo, and more a Jimmy for what was some gum when you say. Remember, Fubino, when you for a more for a good home Jimmy. And ever since I do a better, me who MPP ni penny be wababonte, Ababe condemning a deal. Yet, the former Vice President John Mahama trying to what? Solidarize, consoling. Yes, sir. What kind of politics ben amoyo mema? Edi na esie. No, edi asem. Ye jai man na mamwa. Mo betron me so a. De mo ya ne se mo tete keke. What is the meaning? We all can ono maami we. Ebi kra post ni ye che kra na we nya bi. Aden. Ebeden ene yen ka se MPP for. Munim aircraft in ho nsem ne bi. Ana meboa? Yes, of course. Because a lot of nyeme bebre air koswa. Obi can ask them say yes, Kwaku. Let's trace back. A Kwanya modern wine or Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah modern father and Impono in the 60s. Mode bombs, echo shell flowers mu, and the common Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah say, oh, meboa. Na aircraft in a moon to meet him and to form. And a moon to me. Show in NPP's own blueprint that I'm going to read a portion, page 29, for Ghanaians, what the NPP tried to do with a Russian group called the Wagner Group. Edian na mo de Wagner for ne be wo Ghana. Edian Ghanaians, media me can me jawa am I NDC for masema. But you see, first of all, let's interrogate something here a bit. This is a helicopter from my checks. The pilot in your pilot or your body drill. No. He's an experienced pilot who can pilot this craftway in about 2 multiple quote and unquote stressful situation. 1, he's a pilot who can pilot aircraft in the bad weather. He's a pilot who can move this craft in a terrible situations anyhow. And then the last resort in the crown is the worst come worst, and I said the push come push up, he uses his instruments to pilot the aircraft until the location. And on that where that one in the aircraft. So he's a very experienced pilot. Then the question remains, Ebane saying, and many of you, if you're also working on your multiple intelligence sources, you know, say aircraft nanka say explode will you man sana from. The explosion occurred up in midair, and sana air hit a tree, then finally took a nose dive and landed. What happened there? Then they see what's wrong. Because pilots all now the analysis which from Accra to Kumasi how many? Saying from 40 minutes and 45 minutes. And then Air Force Base to here about how many minutes? The person will be ISIS and no, from here to about how many minutes? But it took how many hours then for the news by the hour started reporting say AC. Air Force who saw on their radar say at how many, because the aircraft had virtually made about 90% of its journey, remaining about 10%. The 10% would have been said, from from Bia, can I say, Hemok friend is saying, oh, Pokwasi to say Suhum or less. Yeah, and then. Well, nature say aircraft we're making a journey real. And the aircraft is almost at the proximity of its destination. Question remain. What it at that time the helicopter on to me the pilot is not stupid to see at that clear visibility within the space of the air fence the helicopter going no we who say DNA no the akoshe duem adewabodam. And if you check the background of this pilots were or you're very experienced pilot. Sir, helicopter and President Mahama at their call rounds right after Uwini obey president or their call rounds be bringing money at. You see, there's so many things going on. Investigators more averting more minds. Everybody will believe it say yes, the possibility say somebody was within that radius and at a certain proximity could shoot this aircraft down. Untimi in fact to never more aircraft to him and pulling it down. The only a year a bit me on a surface to air missile and a bit me shooting it down. Yeah. Eno dan chenya any bit me ako bogard ewo obwasinim ho. And neya ye ka say massa. The availability of sophisticated drone back ye bet me the drone. And I'll be better to crack Accra. Now I monitor aircraft in the movement from a certain, radius. May not be the same altitude. No way the aircraft in the HCR could do a certain location will make me a clear aircraft in a free room. Why not? So many things in this day of technology. In this day of technology, you don't have to rule out the possibility of foreign aggression or within or internal aggression. Yet how? Russian-Ukraine war, then they see here. The Ukrainians flew then a drone all the way to the Russian territory. Do you know what they did? One particular early hours of the day, early morning, one Russian military general, wakoye an exercise or befio, right at the entrance of this general, the Ukrainian drone was within the Russian airspace, and then pam, ask me say, "Kwan ben suno mo fast who say general no wakoye an exercise no refie." They use the general's what? The electronic watch, a bonanza. Yeah, the Ukrainians used the electronic watch, and me can be who's our watch here making this electronic watch. And yes, sir, woman say, woman I talk watch no. They know the brand of the watch. 1, 2. They have to what? Scout and pick the brand of the watch and what it contains right there, because watch is nina information. And as soon as they pick the brand, quickly they know the mechanisms of it. Quickly they went into their system and they coordinated the signals, because watch, a picket signals out there. You guys are joking. Munim technology at DB any would nipa. So they coordinated the general's watch, because general who say watch, electronic watch is it. It gives you the reading of your pulse, your high blood pressure, everything about you, including that of what? The level of exercise it believes could do. So watching be the bottom. The Russians couldn't avert their minds. From the intelligence standpoint, this is how they were going to eliminate the general. And when the Ukrainians coordinated everything with a watch, then they deployed the drone within the Russian airspace. Before he entered, boom, they shot and killed him. Guys, enti me ruli bibia sa sebi previous e Jimmy foya wo mu Jimmy wo mu MPP fo. Na MPP penfo won se makamano atum, but let me bring this to light. And new man na MPP fo na nkasa so person na omo ye in election ban and on person according to their own blueprints called a Japadia. Anybody, if you have the Japadia documents, go and read page 29. And I may became one symmetry. Shall we? T. Sorry, guys. 34, page 34. Page 34, no more shade the a Japadia documents na ye be ye mu adwuma no Ghana of way muntie dia we Japadia documents nim adia MPP4 no many Russian Wagner group unimum go and search for the Russian Wagner group ene da ho no mamenke mu kakranche o say den our Russian allies have proven themselves with Operation what quote magazine unquote. We couldn't have made it this far with the aggressive nature of the opposition without this strategic document. By handling magazine to the NPP government, we will need to develop a much longer relationship with them, even if the unlikely situation of the party ever going into opposition. Tiade NPP for ne kanwa, nyemenam troye. Now, of course, however, COP Apietu would need to be handled. Having served as the eye of the Russian Federation in our republic, it is very imperative to redevelop relations.
We are some of the team coach or channel, so I'm not so Jimmy or hard as so bad in the Dumbi Dominion. We ain't shame na in some old question. A huge politics are